Tired of having a soul? Well, at G2A, we can help you with that. You lose your soul when you buy from G2A. Why buy game keys from normal stores when these ones are probably stolen? G2A. We steal your games.
Did you know that in Australia, Pirate Bay is blocked?
Yes.
I've never gone to Pirate Bay myself.
Me neither.
But, I've heard of it. And
Never downloaded the whole, 5 seasons of West Wing or 7 seasons of West Wing?
West Wing, wow. Way to date yourself, boomer. So, if, however, you do want some dodgy shit, luckily G2A has you covered. They still exist and they're not blocked in Australia, so you can still buy basically stolen games.
Pretty much.
Off that website, should you choose.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
But G2A is actually facing its own problems, people, okay? Imagine if, I don't know, Pirate Bay, for instance, made a bet. Like, I want any company to come forward and show some evidence that we've been selling or having shady shit on our website. We'll pay you 10 times whatever you've lost. That's exactly what G2A did. It's not a good idea.
And because someone actually called them on it.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're like, you owe me $300,000 in dues.
And a drop.
So, G2A, right. Now, if anyone doesn't know G2A...
It's not GTA either.
It's G2A. Very scummy website. The reason why it's scummy is because it really trades in a very large volume of stolen game keys, and it does not take the steps to stop those keys from circulating on their site.
But allegedly, of course. We have to say allegedly, because
So,
the G2A, of course, is saying, we never do that. It's impossible for people to sell stolen keys.
This is a simple lie detector. I'll ask you a few yes or no questions, and you just answer truthfully. Do you understand?
Yes.
The way it works is that, someone would get hold of stolen credit cards, they would buy a whole bunch of keys from somewhere, they would then dump those keys onto G2A, which is essentially like an auction house. It's like eBay for keys, and then after that, those keys would be bought by consumers. Consumers would try to use these keys and then be like, hey, what's up? Why doesn't my key work?
Yeah.
And then they would have to contact the developer. The developer would then lose the money on that because they would have to do the consumer would do a credit card chargeback or get a refund from the developer as a result of that. And also they have to go through a massive amount of effort to be able to deal with this person, do the emails. They're all pissed off. Their brand gets hurt. It causes a lot of pain for people, particularly indie developers who can't absorb all of this actual cost and administrative burden.
And the funny thing is now, G2A has been, again, saying that this never happens, and if anyone can prove that this has been happening, hey, we'll give you 10 times the amount that you've lost. 10 times, okay? That is a big, big bet.
Recently, Factorio, one of the game developed by Woob Studios, I think it's called.
Woob.
Woob.
Weeb Studios?
No, not Weeb Studios.
お前はもう死んでいる。
They actually called them on this and they're like, hey man, well, we've lost some money, so where's my money, right? And so they're now apparently going through an audit process with G2A to determine whether or not that's actually true.
And G2A, of course, is very fast in their responses and making sure that they're getting their money, okay?
It's the top priority for G2A right now.
It definitely is, everybody.
That was like a month ago that we heard Factorio call bullshit on this.
Yeah.
So we'll see whether or not they finally get their payout. We're very
I put
skeptical.
10
Press
times.
X to doubt.
I put 10 times that they don't, actually.
right.
I reckon that's a better bet to make.
Correct. So so that happened, and then
Actually, you know what? This is what they should do. Developers, listen up, okay? Don't sell your games on Steam, all right? Listen. Sell it on G2A, then claim that it was stolen 11 times the pay.
nice scam.
All right, I reckon it's a good scam. You sell it on there, give all the keys, and then you're like, hey, G2A, they've sold all these stolen keys. I'd like 11 times my profit now, please.
It makes no sense, but okay. One indie developer in particular actually said, look, we don't want any more indie games being sold on G2A. They put up a petition to stop them from doing that. It has 6,500 signatures right now. Not many signatures in the big scheme of things, but it's a bold statement to say that it's literally better for consumers to pirate games than to buy from G2A. That's how much this company is hated by indie devs.
We know there's a problem when there's more signatures to storm Area 51 than just save these poor devs.
True.
It's actually true, okay?
So, so what has happened today is that the developer of Subnautica, called Unknown Worlds, has called further bullshit on G2A's little offer of 10 times, 16 times, 10 times the refund. It's the Todd Howard of refunds.
Of course.
Everybody in. Here you go. Pay us.
So he's called bullshit on that. He said, listen, back in the day, our company lost $30,000 due to credit card chargebacks. So, hey, G2A, you owe us $300,000. Now, it's important, I think, to go back to this example and actually talk about what this is so we can unpack it, because it's not quite as cut and dry as he makes it sound here.
Sure.
So the developer of Subnautica, called Unknown Worlds, and the guy working there named Charlie Cleveland, he's actually tweeted directly at G2A, and he said, hey, G2A, thank you for offering to pay 10 times the revenue lost to our Natural Selection 2 game keys sold on your shady platform. You now owe us $300,000. Thanks.
So what he's actually talking about is, according to Engadget report Cleveland linked to, someone purchased 1,341 Steam keys for the studio's Natural Selection 2 using stolen credit cards. The credit card's real owners made chargeback claims against this, landing Unknown Worlds with a $30,000 fee. So look, I understand that the developers are going to get super pissed, okay? They've been hit with a $30,000 fee, but what I'm failing to see here, and we know G2A bad, okay? We know they're shady as fuck. I can't see the connection though between G2A and their developer, and those stolen keys being put on there. He has not provided evidence to show that those 1,341 keys have in fact been put on G2A.
Yeah, that's the implication there. So, I mean, it's a big implication to make. I suspect he's probably right. They probably did end up on G2A, given that it is the largest sort of grey market for keys online. But I don't see that evidence here. We looked for some evidence around that, couldn't directly see it. But it's certainly safe to assume that certainly some of that $30,000 worth of loss was a result of G2A at some point in time. So I think he is right to call them out on that, and he is right to say, like, hey, you made that offer 10 times the refund. We'll take it, thank you very much.
Now, in response to this now, G2A a few weeks back did say, look, if 100 developers come forward and show support, we're going to put a system in place that kind of is like a key blocker. If you give us heaps of keys, you can let us know that you don't want us to sell any of your keys on our platform, and we'll block them straight away. Now, 100 developers is a lot of developers.
That's a lot of developers, because only 19 developers have signed up for this, and most of them are smaller developers.
Sure.
So, you know, everyone's going to say, well, developers had a chance to not have their keys on there. If they all signed up, this would be... But 100 developers is a lot of developers.
Yeah.
And, like, I wouldn't want to deal with G2A if I was a developer. I'd be like, fuck those guys. And also, if I engage in this key system or what have you, I'm going to have to supply a list of keys to G2A that they can then blacklist. I don't want to give them any of my data if I'm a developer. Like, fuck those guys.
I know what you're saying. Look, they are shady, but I don't know if the data would be the issue. It's more like, are they actually being honest and serious about wanting to do this? They might have known that 100 developers is just a huge number, and they're not going to see that amount of support. Now, originally, it was like the 15th or 16th of August was the cutoff date. They've now extended that to the end of August, but in reality, I would suspect it takes a lot longer to get that rallying support to get 100 developers.
Yeah,
you know?
and in fact, this Charlie Cleveland called bullshit on this. He's like, it's not expensive to develop a tool that block keys. I'm sorry, but you could do this with Microsoft Excel. You get a key list of keys from the developer that are not allowed to be sold on G2A, and then boom, like just fucking blacklist them. Like do an if equals equation on, like, you know, Microsoft Excel, done. Obviously, it's going to be slightly more complicated than that, but you don't need 100 developers. If you've got this brand problem, if you've got this much money flowing through G2A, by the way, this business does all right. You've got like 30 million views a month, I believe, like, so page clicks per month. So they're doing okay.
Yeah. Look, so ultimately for me, I can see that, you know, this guy's making a lot of bold claims. Now, 1,341 keys is a lot of keys. Now, I'm sure he's got evidence that connects to G2A. We haven't really seen it yet, but I do suspect that he's going to hopefully bring out that evidence that really connects this, because G2A is shady as fuck. They've been doing this a lot. We need more and more developers to come out and stop this, of course.
I think the big takeaway, though, is even if he does provide that evidence, there's no fucking way G2A is going to give him $300,000.
Sure.
I mean, this whole thing was a bullshit, like, PR stunt at the beginning.
I mean, yeah.
There's no way this organization is going to do that. So it really is just like, it's just highlighted the fact it was a stupid thing to say. They're never going to do it. It's just, they've got no interest in truly changing. Again, the whole, like, hey, give us 100 developers before we make a tool to stop screwing you over. An impossibly high bar. the 10 times the refund, an impossibly high number. It's all just big, stupid gestures here that are distractions and no real intent to solve the issues. So,
yeah.
same as always. G2A still sucks. That's
Yeah,
it. No update.
Look, before we finish, I do think, though, them making that blunder of making that bet hopefully will bring enough developers to the forefront that it's like, it becomes a thing that they have to take some sort of action.
They won't.
But who knows? You're right.
It's
Who
G2A.
knows? It's like the EA of selling keys.
G2A.
G2A.
Let it go.
See you guys.